Okay, we're gonna do a hack to a Sony W30. It's a nice little camera, works pretty good. First we're going to start out by removing the screws in the case. There's one on this side. And we got one above the tripod holder. And two on this side. And it's on a rated camera, does a nice job. And all my screws are out. Okay, now I'm going to pry open the front cover off. And what that does is that exposes the screw on the side. I want to remove this screw. And then my back comes out. Now I have the camera. Now what I'm after is this power bar right here. Now I want to remove this dial. So I'm going to pick it up. This is where a pair of needle nose comes in good use. And you want to, there's a tab where it's fighting me. There we go. Now I want to pull that up and I can grab that with my pliers and pull that right out. Now once I do that, I do recommend discharging the capacitor. Now you gotta be not a lot of room in here, so you don't want to hit anything other than the capacitor itself. So we gotta be very careful we don't catch anything else. And we are discharged. So now I want to do is remove this piece of tape. There's a piece of tape right here. And this stuff is really good stuff because it really holds. There we go. Now after I remove the tape, I want to push up on that. And there's a little lever. I want to catch up a fingernail and just pop it. And that'll let that ribbon come right out. Now there's 1, 2, 3 plastic little where they melted over to hold the board down. And I'm just going to take an X-Acto knife. Or you can scrape it off with something else. Be careful not to cut yourself. And I'll knock that head off of that. Sorry, but this is going to be a little harder. I don't want to. Okay, once they're removed, once those little heads are removed, I can pull off, and this is what I want right there. That's the little creature I'm after that I'm going to hack into. Now I want, let's see here, I want this port right here, this point right here. It's really small. These are small contacts. Now I'm going to put a little bit of resin paste on there. You can get it at Radio Shack. I'm doing this as the contacts are so small, and this is the other contact here. is the contact points are so small that I can use the tin off the wire to solder to those points. It makes it a whole lot easier because all I got to do is put my iron on there and touch it, and it should be good. Okay, I'm going to hold that with my thumb. You do it whatever way works better for you. Trying to get this focus so you can see. But there's that's power. And next we'll do shutter. Now I'm going to do the same thing with my shutter. You can see it puddle. Now I have to hit right on with the iron. And that's my hack. It's my hack to my shutter. Shutter and power on. Okay, now I'm going to put the our bar back in. Now you'll see where the head, we took those little plastic nubs off. It holds this together. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of super glue and put on those spots we just did. We took them off. I want it to dry. Okay, now we're going to do our externals while that's drying. I can tin my wire. This part right here will be negative. This one here will be positive. If I can hold it there. My tip's a little dirty. And that's for our externals. Okay, we can route the wires out the top, or we can route them. I routed them below the LCD. We got to start putting this thing back together. So we need to put the ribbon back in this back board. And I'll use a pair of needle nose for that. And this one just slides right in.